Hey everyone, my name is Sean and this is Sean Stocks. Today we're going to continue talking about the underdog, the lucky stock, the one and only Clov, C-L-O-V. This is my 38th video on Clov. If you've been watching me throughout all these videos and supporting my channel, I really appreciate it. We recently passed 2,000 subscribers and I cannot thank you guys enough for supporting me along the way. But let's get right into Clov and get this video started. So currently, Clover Health announced a redemption of all outstanding warrants. And you're probably wondering, I've seen that before. It's at the bottom of like the Webull app where it says CLOVW. And right now, the price of a warrant is $2.18. That sounds like a deal if you compare it to the share price, but it's not the same. Shares are not the same as warrants because warrants is something special, right? Warrants give the option to buy or sell the underlying stock at some point in the future. And this post is from a great Reddit user, J, and it gives that awesome breakdown about the warrant situation and gives the due diligence, okay? And so, as I mentioned, it gives the holder the right to buy or sell the underlying stock at some point in the future. And guess what? Right now, we are in the future. Right now, they're trying to redeem all the warrants right there. And so how many are out there? We got 38.5 million warrants, 27.6 are public, 10.9 are private. And let's say you have warrants, right? Let's say you have warrants. What are your options? And this post goes over those options, right? The first option is that you can exercise your warrants for cash for $11.50 per share. That is dilutive of the regular shareholder stock, and Clov gets additional cash and gives 1 share of Class A common stock per warrant. Now, this is not going to be a popular choice for people because right now, with the price being $8.62, it's not going to be too popular because you're paying a lot extra compared to the current price of the stock. So that's probably not going to be a popular choice. The next option is they can exercise their warrants cashless at a maximum of 0.361 share of Class A common stock per 1 warrant. It's dilutive, but not as much as 0.1. Clov does not get additional cash, okay? And so that is an option. I believe the minimum is 0.249, and that range is determined by the fair market value over the next current 10 days that we have. I believe that's until like August 5th or something like that. And so the third option is to do nothing. You do nothing on August, I believe, 23rd, then you receive 10 cents per warrant. Right now, each warrant is $2.18. That would be, again, not a popular option. Probably the most popular option is going to be number 2, and to figure out what that fair market value and determine what the cashless is going to be. That's currently a good option. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. You got to do your own research, especially if you have those warrants. But those are the kind of the different options. The last one is, of course, sell to the secondary market. Basically, you just sell your warrants off. Okay. And so, what J says, is this bullish or bearish? Okay. And so they said company issues warrants to receive additional cash in the future. If they are redeeming them while out of the money, most warrant holders will not exercise in cash, which we spoke about. So the company will not receive any cash. So I guess that Clov does not expect to need additional outside cash. So overall, bullish no matter what the warrant holders decide to do. So overall, the situation about the warrants is pretty bullish. Okay. If they exercise, then the shares get diluted, but it would also mean that they are in the red and they believe the stock should be greater than $11.50. Again, I don't expect anyone to do that because we're well under it, but sure, I guess they could do that. Again, if that happens, then that's bullish, And so the next option is, if all warrant holder exercise cashless, there's less dilution. 27.6 million shares times 0.361 equals 10 million maximum shares, but would also be in the red. So they believe that the price should be higher. So bullish. And then lastly, if the warrant holders let their warrants expire, Clov has to redeem them for 10 cents, no dilution for us, and no material cash impact for Clov. So bullish, again, very unlikely because that would be the maximum loss for the warrant holders as I was discussing. So pretty much any option that happens is bullish, right, with these warrants, okay? So this is overall a good move by the company to do this right now, okay? So that was just hopefully a pretty useful overview about the situation, about the sentiment of, the warrants in total. So yeah, let me know if that helps down in the comment section. Next, we're going to go talk about Fidelity. We're going to talk about Fidelity, okay? Because recently they filed letting the public know that they purchased shares of Clov. And my understanding, is that the filings are due 45 days from the end of each fiscal quarter. So there's a bit of a delay from the purchase because they bought them at $7.64, which is a lot lower than we're currently at. They bought them a while ago. And if you see here, we got 563,947. We got 100,000 here for FCFMX. We got FNCMX for 78,635 and FSKAX, which is 223,438 shares. So a lot of purchases from Fidelity. Definitely some great information. This has already been, of course, factored into the market. A lot of institutions coming in, buying up, getting a piece of that pie, getting involved, which, hey, if they believe that the price would go down, they probably wouldn't be buying in, So I do believe also that is a pretty bullish move. Next, we're going to be moving into Ortex. And if you're getting any value from this video so far, please smash that like button for me. I really appreciate it. Also, subscribe and ring the bell so you can get notifications on my upcoming videos. In Ortex, we can currently see that the current short interest percentage of the free float is sitting at 21.49%. That's very small change from the previous day, 0.11 down. Very, very small, okay? Basically neutral from the previous day. We can also see that the cost to borrow average is at 1.73%. The cost to borrow max is at 3.36%. And then the days to cover, 0.68 days. And lastly, the utilization rate is at 81.16%. So great data to see it always. That short interest percentage of the free float is still very, very high when you compare it to other stocks that have skyrocketed in the past. And so hopefully we will see that go up or, basically just stay the same. Hey, I would be happy if it really just stays the same for the next couple of days or weeks, Next, we're going to be moving into iborrowdesk. In iborrowdesk, this pulls from interactive broker data. And as we can see, we have a fee of 1.2% and 2,700,000 shares available. So really good. And again, as I was saying in one of my previous videos, before we shot up to that high of $28, the fee was very low. It was under, I would think, around 3%, 2%. Yeah, right around there. So having the fee at 1.2%, not bad. It is a good area to be in, especially if you think that people are going to be more likely to short because the fee is so small. They're going to be like, oh, you know what? We're going to try to short this, right? And then boom, we get them on the way up. You know what I mean? And so hopefully that happens, and hopefully we see that great momentum. But that's great data to see as well. Next, we're going to jump into Ape Wisdom. In Ape Wisdom, we can see the trending stocks on Reddit in the past 24 hours. And as we can see, Clov is still rocking that number 2 position. Number 2, baby. We got Spider on the top right, S&P 500, right above it. And we got AMC below it. We got the Beachbody Company, which is kind of a new on this little block of stocks. And, of course, we got AMD, NVIDIA, and GameStop. GameStop has moved down a little bit. I've noticed that, actually. And Beachbody is moved up 38 spots. That's crazy. And if we go into Clover Health a little bit, we can see the overall sentiment, 65%. We can also see nearby keywords, buy, up, AMC, Moon, like, good, SoFi, bot, thread, down, GME, warrants, Y, holding, and more. So great sentiment in general overall on this stock. And it's great to see, that traction, that great traction that we've seen. And it still is the talk of the town in all of these subreddits. So now we're going to go into the price movements of the day. As we can see, we opened up at $9.45. And then almost immediately we were in a downward trend. That was actually, by the way, the high was the open at $9.45. And as we can see, we were in a downward trend, made a little bit of a jump here, but kept on going, ratcheting down at, about 11:18. We had a little bit of a hump, and then we reached the low point, the intraday low of $8.40. After that, we pretty much maintained this area between $8.44 and about $8.68 up until the end of the day, where we ended off at $8.62. Not too much in the power hour. We did see, a little bit. What is that volume? 895,000 in the last couple minutes, right? So not a whole lot, but in the after hours, we did have a little bit of green there. We went up by, 3 cents to $8.65. The volume was pretty big for today if you compare it to previous days, 44.88 million. That's compared to the average volume, though, a little bit lower at 54 million, but compared to the previous days, that is much higher. So far, so good with the volume. Next, we're going to go into the order flow. And guess what? Today, we had a lot of inflow for the large scale orders, $1.58 million worth of inflow compared to outflow. And as always, we have more inflow for small scale orders as well compared to the outflow. So we got large financial whales and institutions buying the dip. We also have our retail investors also buying this dip that we're at, because remember, we're under that list price of $10. We are under the analyst price target. We have good growth for this company. Good news for the past couple of days still. So overall, I feel like it's a bullish sentiment in the long run, and even hopefully potentially in the short run, where we could see hopefully a short squeeze or a gamma squeeze occur again. So great stuff to see with that. Next, we're going to check out the Clov subreddit page. Right now, we have 38.7 thousand members. I can't believe it. That is a crazy amount of members. If you're not in the subreddit, make sure to join. We get great discussions, great due diligence, great posts in general in there. It's been crazy. I remember when we had, under 10,000 members in this subreddit. So that's great growth. We also have an official Twitter, official Discord, and Discord, by the way, is just live talk about the stock. And you know what? It is running 24/7. There's people all over the world that hold the Clov stock. If you want to get part of that discussion and talk with like-minded people, that is the place to go, the Clov Discord. And hopefully tomorrow on Friday, we see a green day. That's always my hope with the future. We see more green days as time progresses. And so as always, I hope you have a great trading day tomorrow. You lucky people. Take care. Bye-bye.